So hello guys and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about Windows ME and how it performs with a Geforce GT 7950 as well as an Athlon X2, which is a dual core processor, but on Windows ME and Windows 98 we can only use one core. And I'm going to show you Windows games just like the previous video, as well as MS-DOS games this time. But because we are using an Enforce board, sound effects will not work properly. Basically, when a game will attempt to play a sound effect, it will loop constantly. So it will basically be very annoying to listen to. And I don't think you can disable that in the Aureal driver, so that's really annoying. So even if you could disable it, that would basically make it an ad-lib card under DOS. But let me show you how it performs with Quake 3. Now there's something interesting that I've noticed with Quake 3 is that there's no stuttering. So on Windows 98, I was complaining about the stuttering and how it was not making the game feel smooth. But on Windows ME, that's seemingly not the case. Like, I didn't notice the stuttering, or at least it wasn't as bad as it used to be before. So let's run the demo first and see how it performs under Windows ME. Okay, so now let's see the average FPS, which is 317 FPS, which is not too bad actually. But let's see how it plays when you actually play the game. Okay, so far I don't see like any stuttering. It does feel like higher than 30 FPS or so. Like this is like running at I think we're running at like 300 FPS right now. I don't have like the FPS counter because I've actually measured the FPS before.
You are tied for the lead.
But yeah, this is very playable on this card, which is again a Geforce 7950 GT, and that should be plenty enough to play Quake 3.
The lead.
But yeah, so Quake 3 is quite playable on this card. And I've also noticed that there was sort of a cropping issue on Windows 98 that does not occur on Windows ME, so that was interesting to see. Now I just want to show you very quickly the results that I got from 3D Mark 99, and it's actually an increase over Windows 98, and that's not a bad score, I would say. Now I forgot the video that Phil made, but on his like GeForce FX 5500, he got like half that score. So our graphics card is like twice as fast. But I think we're still bottlenecked by the CPU because uh, even if I overclock the GPU, I don't notice an increase in performance. So we might actually be bottlenecked by the CPU in this case. Let's try Sonic Heroes and set it to, yes, this resolution and just play it. I am still using the Aureal Vortex 1 that I used in my previous video on my Windows 98 PC, and I don't actually notice again, like in the Windows 98 build, I do not notice like an improvement when it comes to A3D. Like, I've listened to the A3D demos, but here in this case, it's not that significant. That could be because I don't have like the Vortex 2 card.
It's random sideways from here on. Touch the checkpoint and restart from that spot when you lose a life. Each checkpoint increases.
So once again, I don't know, I don't see like any stuttering in the frame rate. Like it feels smooth to me. So Sonic Heroes is all good. Now let's play some Unreal Tournament 2004. Someone actually recommended that I should try this game on my GPU. And I will spoil you right now, but it runs really well. Like, I can probably play this at 1080p if I wanted to. But we're not like most of the games that I'm playing right now, they don't support widescreen unless you actually patch the games manually for that. So let's just do instant action, deathmatch, and play right away. Okay.
Play.
So I don't know the frame rate, but it is like really smooth. So yeah, if we look at the settings that I set, they are all set to high, basically the max that I can set these settings. Now we could change the resolution, of course, but yeah, there's no need really. This will run pretty good, which is no surprise really. Alright, so let's try Super Smash Flash 2 again. And I believe this game mostly hits the CPU rather than the GPU, even in hardware mode. So yeah, we're set to low actually. Medium is a nice balance, but let's set it to low because it still doesn't run that well.
Choose your character. Sora.
And we're still getting no sound in game, which is unfortunate. Oh shit. I actually forgot how to play this game. There we go. Alright, so that should be pretty much it when it comes to Windows. So let's try some MS-DOS games. So now in Windows ME, you can't actually restart to MS-DOS because that won't work. You need to restart the computer and then switch to real mode DOS. And even then, you need to actually patch Windows ME for that feature. Now, I could actually go with Windows 98 and restart to DOS. But as I said earlier, I've noticed that Windows ME has not only better performance, but they also fix some weird issue that I had, like on Windows ME, on Windows 98. Sorry. Let's play Wolf 3D. And it does see the Sound Blaster. We need to disable digitized sound, or else we'll get the enforce glitch with the Aureal Vortex card. I'll show you how it sounds like. Okay, so now let's just enable the digitized sound effects. Go back and so yeah, that's quite annoying, and that only happens if you use an Nvidia motherboard. So the usually they are found on like AMD motherboards, but sometimes you can find them when coupled with Intel processors. So it doesn't matter if you use AMD or Intel, you should avoid enforce boards at all costs, because you will only get at best ad-lib compatibility. So yeah. So let's try Prince of Persia. And so for this game, you cannot actually disable the sound effects, but the music will work. So yeah, really annoying, unfortunately. So I think that will be it for now. So the Aureal Vortex card is a pretty decent sound card, especially on the Windows. I would of course recommend that you get the Aureal Vortex 2 if you can find it, that is. The Vortex 1 is not so bad, but it's certainly less good, especially when it comes to A3A. The other alternative is just to go with the Sound Blaster Live or ODG, but those they only you won't be able to use these on like a modern motherboard. So if you use like say an ICH7 motherboard, you won't have the Sound Blaster Live under DOS will not work. So yeah, now I intend to make another video on another motherboard that I should get shortly, like in maybe tomorrow or soon. And this one has a VIA chipset, and this will allow me to basically use an Eagle Solo One sound card and have perfect compatibility under DOS. So stay tuned for that, and thank you. Bye.